What's up? I'm with your boy.
Quadeuce, you hear me? It's about to be a new audio segment called Connections and Links. And this is all about relations. Not only sexual or physical relations, but also just how humans relate to each other in a broader spectrum of things as well. Cause that's important. Human interaction has always been an important part of human evolution and existence since we know it to be. So we're gonna talk about relations and relationships and relating to each other. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so what kind of relationship do you look for?
Me personally, in general rule, I look for relationships that bring me peace and healing because relationships are designed to bring you peace and healing, a positivity. A lot of times we get into relationships, whether it be competitive father-son relationships, mama-daughter relationships, or boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, and we just in general forget to heal each other and love on each other. Like, what's your relationship about love without the love?
Okay, what is your biggest how do they call it? What is your biggest thing that you don't like in a relationship? And then I'll automatically know for you.
Um, the biggest thing is gonna be intentions, right? Like, you coming off with some evil intent, coming off with some malice intent or some unfair intent, or you know what I'm saying? Anything like that, it's an automatic no. Because if you don't intend to bring me peace and healing like I intend to bring you and love me for real, then I ain't want that. Um, Another big thing would be the next biggest for me would be you said what's one, but I'm gonna give you two. Um, Effort. I just hate people that don't show effort. I ain't gonna say they give up easy because that's subjective depending on who you ask because people give up in different ways. But um, you got to be willing to put in the effort that your partner asking you to put in. Ultimately, until y'all both happy. You feel me? Ultimately, until they're happy, and they got to be willing to do the same thing until you happy. So relationships in general, it's about vulnerability, and a lot of people they don't never want to be vulnerable inside of them, and that's like weird, cause that's the whole point of this shit. Like, it
Right.
feels good to be vulnerable, and you know what I'm saying, know that somebody got you.
Do you believe in that argument? Do you believe argument you can't make up after argument, or do you feel like arguments are normal for a relationship?
I feel like there's a way that you can argue that makes it to where you can't make back up. And that's because y'all forgot that y'all were supposed to be healing each other during that argument and y'all start trying to hurt each other. And y'all said some shit you can't take back. There's a way. But there's also arguments are normal. You know, it's, even if you're not in a relationship of love, you still gonna have an argument. Like you're gonna have an argument with your friends about something. You feel me? It's just a disagreement. So you're gonna have disagreements. That's normal. But I will say there's a way to argue with love and truth and an intent to get a person better or make them a better version of themselves. And there's a way to argue that's not that. And that comes with tearing them down. And the whole time you doing it because that's what you think you supposed to do. That's what you seen your people do. Or your emotions got control of you. So that's what you feel. And hurt people hurting people. Feel what I'm saying? But that's not good.
Okay, what is your biggest turn on?
Turn on.
Yeah, in a relationship.
Hold on, that's a deep question. I gotta take a look in here. Cause that's a deep question. Turn off or turn on?
Turn on. That's my next question though.
A female with a great understanding. And for y'all that don't know what an understanding is, it's a higher level of an understanding. Like when you say you understand something, but us high vibrational people, we don't want to be under nothing. So it ain't understood, it's understood. You feel me? So a female with an understanding of who she is and what this life is and where she fits in it and her position, and that comes with knowledge and knowing how to elevate your man. Feel what I'm saying? And without that, females don't even realize, like, you won't get cute, won't have the booty, want to have the body, want to have the skin, want to have the nails. But if you ain't, if you don't got an understanding of who you is and what this life really about, your place in it and what you here to do, and how powerful you are, how much of a queen you are, how you gonna elevate your king? See what I'm saying? That's doing everything but elevating the man's perspective and the man's life. Like I find it attractive when a woman can elevate your life. But the understanding, the understanding is that it's mutual. I'm gonna elevate your life in a masculine, disciplined way, like, you know what I'm saying? And you gonna elevate my life in an energetic, feminine way of nurturing and making sure everything homey and, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the divine roles when it comes to this shit. Not saying I believe in roles like you gotta be masculine and feminine, but just the understanding of how everything fits together and works together. Without that, you ain't really got nothing, you feel me?
Okay. What is your biggest turn off?
My biggest turn off. I actually got so many, if I'm being honest. I don't like a female that don't want to know nothing. Like, why you don't want to know nothing? Like, you know what you know, and that's what you're content and comfortable with knowing, so much so that you only quote and say stuff other people told you. But I'm an intellectual. I'm an Aquarius, so, you know, I guess that's just the struggles, you know, for somebody who is intellectual. But I don't like being around nobody who don't want to know nothing. Like, if you don't want to know nothing, something wrong with you, I personally think, a little bit. Not saying, like, I just think something happened to you to get you to the point where you don't want, like, nigga, you don't want to know nothing. Like, that's like not wanting to do nothing.
Yeah.
But the opposite, you feel me? Like, you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to go for no walk. You don't want to do nothing.
Okay, well, how do you feel? Because you know, a lot of people, well, women, me being a woman, we think that you guys are being cold hearted when you're done. Now, do you think that's true, or do you think because you're hurt?
Huh? Say that again?
Huh?
Say that again?
Okay, so say if you know, well, most women they would say when the guy turns cold hearted when things are about to end, or you guys are just they call you on jerk an asshole, da 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 da. But how do you guys feel? Because nobody really pays attention to men's mental health.
You got to know the game. As a man, there's certain things that should be passed down through your lineage and your DNA, like your fathers and your father's fathers, and they supposed to tell you certain shit about being played. It ain't even about. It's just the knowledge that women and men, two different creatures, the same but different. I'm saying the same but function different. So, with you knowing that knowledge itself is part of being the man that puts you ahead of the game to know how to approach a woman. Cause it really ain't, and I had to learn this shit. It really ain't her job to know how to approach you, and cause you gotta understand you the lead, you the man, and that lead is you knowing she gonna be a woman. She gonna have feelings, and they gonna come out, and that's how they gonna be.
Well, I'm asking you, like, how do you feel when you leave somebody that you didn't, like, say you didn't really want to leave?
How do I feel when I leave somebody I ain't really want to leave? You feel torn apart because you want to leave, but you can't stay. And you got to make a decision what's more important and why. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't believe in trying?
I believe everything should work naturally.
That makes sense.
But also, I believe that you got to put in effort. Like, you got to wake up and choose your partner. So if your partner telling you, like, hey, you got it. You got to be a yes. I believe in being yes. I ain't going to say, okay, I'll put it like this, 'cause I don't want to get this shit misconstrued. I believe in being the ultimate relationship is a relationship where two people can be ultimately vulnerable to each other evenly. That shit feel amazing. So I gotta be a yes man for you, and you gotta be a pick me for me. You see what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
what that's what the ultimate relationship looks like. Feel what I'm saying? But you can't do that with the wrong person. And when you get hurt, it's probably because you try to be that with the wrong person, and they weren't really on that with you.
Okay, well, what kind of boyfriend are you?
The kind of gonna love you how you supposed to be loved, depending on who you ask.
Depending on who you are.
Depending on who you ask, goddamn. Nah, I'm a mastermind just in general, so I'm always try to teach, try to lead you. Like I always got a little strategy, a little plan. Like even if I'm not leading with my money, I'm leading with my game, my intellectual property. Like just the amount of information I can give you, it gonna overvalue these niggas' money at any time, any day. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. And then I'm gonna do all the other shit, the normal shit, protect you. You feel me? You know what I'm saying. Make sure you're good emotionally as much as I can. You know, provide for you and all that. So I see myself as a high value divine being overall.
Okay, how do you feel about people that you've been with or talked to and they have attitude? How do you, like,
I feel like personally, or you just like in general,
like, I'm trying to see, like, do you handle that well or?
people with attitudes, I'm working on it, getting better at handling it well. I've had periods where I have, and I've had periods where I haven't handled it well. But um, if you got attitude and you know you've been told your whole life you got attitude, probably just part of getting better at a relationship and putting in that effort with you for you would look like shadow work to figure out why you have an attitude. It's probably some shit where you've been told what to do your whole life and now you done got grown and got a Napoleon complex. You feel what I'm saying? And you abuse authority. You probably type to bully children and shit, real talk. But I'm just saying, like, hope nobody ain't out there bullying kids.
Okay, before we wrap the video up, I'm going to ask questions because, as we said, this is about relationships with
Let's get it.
family, girlfriend, and friends, and whoever may be a part of you. Now we're going to talk about family. Who is the closest person to you in your family?
Myself.
I mean, family-wise.
Myself.
Family-wise. There he goes being an Aquarius, y'all.
I'm the closest person to myself in the family. You feel what I'm saying? I make sure myself is alive and well and
Okay, but Aquarius, we know that you keep saying you, but I'm talking about any family member that is really close you are to them or was close to them.
I'm close to everybody for real. They just don't know it. Or they might know it. They probably don't know it because, our families ain't really tight like that. But if you don't know it and you hear about it, hey, and you know me, I'm close to you. I'm just a phone call away.
Did you ever call
Ooh,
one of your family
ooh.
members your best friend as a child? Or even now?
I don't think so. Yeah, nah. Maybe my sister at one point for real.
Okay, what kind of
We was tight.
relationship do you and your grandmother have? Or had?
A good relationship. You feel me?
Explain, Aquarius.
An amazing relationship. You feel me? An extraordinary relationship. You feel me?
Okay, does it hurt you when you have to cut a family member off?
I wouldn't even finish on the granny relationship. You know I gotta say more than that. Nah, my granny raised me for real. She did a lot of shit. Like, she taught me how to shoot a basketball for real, throw a football for real for the most part. Like, we fished a lot more so with her than anybody, you feel what I'm saying? For the most part. And it was a lot. Like, to me, she was MVP.
What
Shout
kind
out
of
to Granny.
person was she?
Protective, overprotective, for real.
Um,
In a lot of ways.
so what about a relationship? Yeah, I don't want to get too personal, but what about the relationship between
She
your father and your mother?
Look, y'all, she talking about I don't want to get too personal, and she keep getting personal. Y'all see this?
No, it's an interview about relationships, right?
Let's get it.
So, I mean, one day your story can inspire somebody.
For sure. What you said?
How are you, or was you, with your father and your mother? Like,
I love my mother. I love my father. Still love my father, but my father currently got a lot of work that he needs to do in the shadows. Mm. For all kind of goddamn reasons. But both of my folks was unfortunately caught up in the what I want to say, what the '80s era, well, was they before? Nah, it was before then. But the drug pandemic, that's a pandemic, by the way. Um, Once upon a time, it wasn't no laboratories making all of these drugs. You gotta think about it. What race? I ain't want to talk about race,
you
cause
don't
then
have to
I
get
get,
too personal. You should just talk about, like, did you guys have a good
nah, fuck
relationship?
that, fuck that, fuck that. Y'all know who make the chemicals in the labs and put them on the streets, gang? You know, you know who Big Pharma is uh partner with, gang? The government. You feel what I'm saying? You know who fund Big Pharma for real? The government. So somebody had to come up with a recipe for all these chemicals that they pushed down on the streets in these areas of my people during all these different times and years. And these is conspiracies that we might get into. Keep tuning in here and subscribe. But yeah, they was caught up in that, and my mama passed away, unfortunately, and we were just getting tight for real because we ain't start really going around her till we like. I mean, we always went around her, but I ain't start hanging around like a lot of days consecutive until I was like 15. Like when we got older, than you know what I'm saying? Cause we were old enough to be around. We saw what they would do and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we were old enough, like what they do. Okay, cool. Then I moved off to Texas, got that phone call, came back. You know what I'm saying? And then my world was changed forever. You feel me? Like Okay.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. We
You
have to
feel
talk
me?
about something else. Because we can't. That makes you very emotional. And it's not good to talk about emotional
Why I
topics.
ain't gonna talk about emotional topics?
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, because it runs into
Look
relationship.
at her, y'all. Look at her. We gotta talk about something better. I'm trying to that happen to you.
Okay.
Laugh, y'all. Laugh, man.
But
Laugh,
what
man.
is one thing
Did
that
just
you'll
something
never
happen
stop
to me?
doing as a person?
Smoking weed. Smoking
I'm
weed.
talking about as far as.
Hold on, I'm tripping this. You too. You too. We gotta cut some of this shit out. I swear to God.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap the.
Listen, come on, let's keep talking for that. We going up.
Okay, well, before we wrap the interview up, I'm trying to get him to tell you guys what is one thing he'll never stop doing, and that doesn't contain what you have in your hand. I'm talking about as far as you as a person.
Being a superior soul, knowing what this, I can't stop knowing what this shit about and doing what superior souls do, and that's finding my ways amongst this matrix that make the world better. You know what I'm saying? And try to change the life of somebody else. You feel me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for coming to hear your voice.
Quadeuce, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, man. You know what's going up. You know what's going down. We're gonna run this thing.